What the fuck is happening right now? Jesus Christ. Let's just start the show.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, May 3rd, 2021, and this is episode number 244 of Barry on Deck. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you had a fantastically good weekend. I hope you enjoyed the NFL draft. I hope your team did well. Mine didn't. But what do you expect? It's the Texans. They're not going to do good. So, listen, we're going to get to all that and more. I promise you that. We have so much to discuss today. Very sportsy day. And by the way, I don't know why my voice sounds like this. It seems like it's going out on me or something. I'm not sure what's going on here. We're going to plow through it though. Okay. I hope you had a good weekend. I do have a lot to discuss today. Sports, non-sports, and otherwise. So much to get to, so much to remind you of in the coming days. Is that what it is? Is it allergies? You know, I haven't taken my Zyrtec. And I do have my shot, so it's definitely not a COVID-related thing, I guess. Excuse me. I just drank a Diet Coke right before the show. So let's start this off. Let's do this chat, because we always start off with the chat. The most important part of this show is you guys. So let's get it going. Gregory Vega Jr. in the building. First in the chat. He was in early at 151 before any of the rest of you guys. So he and Pops, I'll include Pops in there. He and Pops are the greatest deckheads in the history of the world for the next 2 hours at least. And then it's just back to normal ass deckheads like the rest of us. But congratulations, he got Congo blocked by D Mata. It looks like you had a little bit of time. There was a lot of conversation in there before the $1 super chat by D Mata. So, you know, and maybe he wasn't trying. Maybe he didn't give a shit. He just wanted to be first. So congratulations, Gregor Vega Jr. Appreciate you being early to the chat and the show. Much appreciated. There's 713 Hooligan. He was in the building. Jesus Perez was one at. I don't know what one at is, but I'm guessing that's first. Steven the Weather Guy with his weather update for us. Current conditions at BiffNet World Headquarters, 87 degrees. Heat index, 92 degrees. That's a new one. I know what that is. Partly cloudy skies, 50% chance. Barry passed out on the floor before Nora got home on Friday. You know, let's talk about Friday. Let's talk about the plan going forward. So, when I was as in the midst of doing 3 shots in a row, full-sized manly shots, not that bullshit drinking out of the bottle stuff that I used to do. In the midst of doing that, I was like, you know, this is a terrible idea. I was feeling pretty good. And then Nora got home and we had dinner and beers, and, you know, I might have passed out early, then woke up late and couldn't sleep and all that. Here's what I have decided. Right now, for me, and this is full disclosure, and I know some of you are probably going through similar situations, and so I think it may help to hear. Right now, my life is a mess. Right now, my whole life is in shambles in many different ways. I am not sleeping. I don't know if it is burnout or depression that I am suffering from. My diet is poor. I am fat. I hate the way I look. I just am miserable right now. So I think there's going to be changes that need to take place within me and in general. And so one of the things that I'm going to have to do is I'm not going to drink for a while. And if I do, it's certainly not going to be in excess of what I've been doing. I have got to make some changes and I just don't sleep. I mean, I'm exhausted. I'm just miserable. So I think part of those changes needs to occur on and off the show. And I think on the show, there's not going to be any drinking for a while. And I know that sucks because we've got show number 200 coming up pretty soon. And usually, or not 200, but episode 250, the 1 year anniversary. But I mean, I might enjoy a cocktail now and then. No more shots. No more getting drunk on Fridays. Still fun. Still want to have a good time. But I have got to do some things to feel better off the air. Because quite frankly, outside of hanging out with you guys for a couple of hours, I'm worthless. I mean, I am just no fun. I'm no good. I'm not a guy that suffers from depression. So I thought. Like, I've never been depressed, really. I think, well, I take that back. I was on meds a while back for ADD. And I think it gave me depression, but it coincided with me losing a job. Now, I want to point out I'm not depressed because I lost my job. That was a year ago, literally. In fact, I was curious what day it was that I got laid off. I'm going to look that up. I need to. Nonetheless, I don't know what's going on, but I don't feel right. I don't feel like my positive self. I don't care about anything right now. I have no energy. I have no drive to succeed. I'm in a pity party. I'm always like, the whole world sucks. And so I'm like, this must be what depression is. Or as one of my friends pointed out, maybe I have a vitamin deficiency. Maybe I have low testosterone, which, by the way, not much you can do about, well, not much I can do about that. If some of you will recall that maybe listened to me when I was on The Usual Suspects on ESPN Radio, you probably recall that I went to the Y Factor, who was a sponsor of this show for a while, no longer sponsoring, by the way, but still grateful to them and still rock with them and still fuck with them and still say, if you're a dude, you should go there. But I had gone there and got all the blood work done. Turns out I was borderline low testosterone. So they gave me a treatment. And then I had those fucking eye aneurysms or whatever the fuck was going on. I had like an ocular stroke or some shit. It was like, what the fuck? Like on air with Joel was like, are you going to be okay? I was like, I can't see. I don't know. I'm going blind in one eye. It really was fucking crazy. So they were like, yeah, don't take that meds anymore. So I'm like, well, what do I do if it's getting worse and it's causing me to feel like I feel? I don't know what I'm going to do. So we're going to have to figure it out. And it may be that I just am clinically depressed and just need to go get some help. So I know this is a weird conversation to have, but I'm trying to normalize this for you guys because I feel like there are a lot of men in my position that don't have a platform to talk about it, that are fighting the urge to reach out for help, that are maybe like, I don't know what's going on. Look, neither do I. Okay. And we can either be embarrassed about it and we can hide from it and we can pretend like it's not a thing, or we can talk about it and we can address it. And we can try to all get right and be happy. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting it out there. It's not my crowning moment of this show, but you know what? I thought about this all weekend. I was like, am I going to talk about this? Am I going to have these conversations? You know, normally it's probably not the best thing to do, but then I thought about it and I thought, you know, if I'm going through this in a pandemic, never out of the house, out of shape, eat too much, drink too much, don't exercise enough, don't do enough, feeling depressed or worthless or whatever it is that you're feeling, I felt like maybe by having this conversation, we can normalize this a little bit. And maybe there's some macho dudes out there that feel like they can't talk about it that might go, all right, well, if he's willing to embarrass himself in front of the entire fucking internet by saying it, maybe I'll do something about it. So that's the point. I'm not trying to get your sympathy. I'm not trying to get you to feel sorry for me. I don't want anything other than for you to listen. And if you feel like I feel and you are suffering from the things that I have mentioned that I am dealing with right now, maybe you can focus on you and get some help and then share with me what it is that you did. And I will do the same. I will come on this show, and as I make changes in my life and as I try to figure out and fix what's happening, I will share those things with you as well. So I know that got weird. I know that took a really weird turn, but I felt like I needed to say it. So I have said it, and we will move on. All right. A lot of stuff to get to. By the way, not doing birthday shots like I said, but I do want to say happy birthday to my dude, Manny. Manny had a birthday yesterday. And hey, Manny, I know you don't hang around much anymore because you're busy with a job and being productive and shit. But happy birthday, my friend. If I was drinking, I would shoot for you, but you know what? You get a Diet Coke shot. Happy birthday, Manny. You guys do me a favor, mention or wish Manny a happy birthday in the chat, please. Also want to say, I saw this on the Discord, and then Jen reminded me on our conversation today. It is Teacher Appreciation Week, and I know we have some teachers in our midst, including Total Dallas. So I just wanted to say, happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Probably one of the most unsung professions in this country, without a doubt. My mom is a former teacher. I have other family members who are teachers and educators. My uncle is a principal at Klein, and well, he was I think he was superintendent at one point. His wife, my aunt, was a counselor, and a lot of teachers and a lot of people in education in my family. And I just want to say, man, I salute you guys. It is not an easy job that you do. It is underappreciated and underpaid and overworked and overstressed. So happy Teacher Appreciation Week, Total Dallas, and everybody else. All of us, thank you for the jobs that you do in trying to raise, mold, and shape our future. So much appreciated to you guys. One other update that I wanted to get to. Shout out to my dudes on the Bel Air Pirates. As you guys know, maybe you might know, the Virginia Button Weeb stepped up and put Barry on deck on the back of those kids' jerseys. He paid for it himself. I didn't have anything to do with it other than saying, yes, he could use the name. It was out of the kindness of his heart and the willingness to want to promote the show and give those kids a sponsor. And so it's a really cool thing, man, to have, and I'm proud of, to have the show name on the back of those kids' jerseys. The playoffs started this weekend and they won their first playoff game. So I am super proud of those guys. They won 8-2. They will be facing the #1 seed in the Bel Air Little Leagues on Tuesday. So go Pirates. Go out there and kick some tail. I would say go get some booty, because that would be like a pirate thing, but then it doesn't sound appropriate to tell a young child to go get booty. So, but it's not like booty, like go get booty. It's more like booty, but anyways. I digress. All right, let's get to some sports. That's enough yapping and stuff from me. I'm going to get to the royalty program in a little bit, but we do need to talk some sports because we do have a lot of draft coverage. Puns, we're excited. Here's your sports headlines for the day. Medina Spirit won the 147th Kentucky Derby, and somebody, I think it was the Sports Riot Twitter account, that asked, does anybody really give a shit about the Kentucky Derby? And, you know, I said 0 people, when obviously they're not giving out millions of dollars and all the pomp and stuff. But I think for the most part, people only give a shit about it because there's probably nothing more going on to make a bigger deal about on that day. Right? Like, I think you can tell me people give a shit about the Kentucky Derby, but if you put it up against other big time sports, I'd rather watch the goddamn World Cup than the Kentucky Derby. It's just not my thing. It doesn't mean it's not important. It doesn't mean there are not some people that don't like it. Overall, it's just little dudes and horses. Okay? It's not something I get into. If you do, fantastic for you. If you bet on it, cool. Not my thing, though. So there has been 147 Kentucky Derbies, and Medina Spirit is the winner. Donna says, I love the people watching. Now, that I understand, but that doesn't mean that you're into the Kentucky Derby. You're into the pomp and circumstance and the people at the Kentucky Derby. But as a sporting event, yeah. Right, Donna? As a sporting event, yeah. What is this? Cisco put, why don't pirates get rich selling corn? Because they sell it for a buccaneer. Francisco, I'm trying to get out of a depression, not make it worse. I don't need those kinds of sloppy ass, corny. Okay, now see. Walt said 1 horsepower is not my thing. Yeah. I totally agree. Truck driver, because I love the memes that come out of the Kentucky Derby. That's about it. Okay. Where was there was another one here. At least nobody ties at the Kentucky Derby. Oh, I'm sure there's a tie, right? Like there can be a tie. There absolutely can. If both noses cross the finish line, there can be a tie. Absolutely. All right, it's back to the sports headlines. Let's keep rolling. An agent says the Cowboys have declined the option on their linebacker Vander Esch. Is it Leighton Vander Esch? I forget his first name. It doesn't matter. Just know that they have declined the option on him. This doesn't mean that it's a done deal, that he won't be back. They're just not going to pick up the option. They apparently don't feel like it has the value that it should, so maybe they'll renegotiate, sign a new deal with him. But Leighton Vander Esch, if that is his first name, I don't know, for some reason I'm not remembering his first name offhand, because you know me, the sports guy is bad with names. By the way, that is a terrible flaw to have. Yeah, it is Leighton. Okay. To be bad with names and then be in this business where you have to know people's names is not a good combo. Tennessee Titans draft pick Rashard Weaver was charged with assaulting a woman. The details behind this story is pretty interesting and pretty sad. Apparently, they were at a bar. They got into an altercation. He said she threw her drink on him. She said she spilled it by accident. Nonetheless, there was a crowd of people around her. She was on the ground. Apparently, some people said he struck her and knocked her down. So other people said they saw them but didn't see him strike her. She went to the hospital throwing up with a concussion, and he has now been charged with simple assault of a female. Sources are saying that Schroeder of the Lakers is going to be out for an extended period of time, which is not good news for the Lakers. We're going to get more into them and LeBron James, but that team right now is not playing well, not looking well. They are struggle busing it. 7th seed in the West and falling, not rising. So we'll get into that a little bit more. The Celtics had a couple of stars collide, no pun intended, and were injured. I don't know the details of the injuries yet. Tatum and Brown both looked to be, they collided knees on a defensive play and, or collided legs, and both hobbled off the court. So we'll see how that goes. And then 3-time Indy winner Bobby Unser has died. So rest in peace. Shout out to Bobby Unser, the 3-time IndyCar winner, or Indy 500 winner, I should say, has passed away. All right, so there are your sports headlines. Let's talk draft for a minute. We do have a lot to discuss. The draft. Is it Nurses Week? Oh, so it's Teachers Week and Nurses Week? Who's planning this shit? Is it really the same week? Don't tell me that. Nurses Week 2021. May 6th to May 12th. That don't seem right. LMH.org says Nurses Week 2021 celebrating our frontline warriors. There's a week. So LMH Health is excited to celebrate National Nurses Week this May 6th to 12th. May 6th. That's like Thursday. I agree, Justin. What's up with this? It's Nurses Week. It's Teachers Week. It's Mother's Week. What's going on right now? Why all the weeks all of a sudden? Well, happy Nurses Week to all the nurses out there, including my wife. I'm glad somebody said something. I'll go and get her a card. And listen, just between us, don't say anything. Pretend like I knew it was Nurses Week. I mean, it's not that I didn't know. It just wasn't started. It starts on the 6th. Duh. Everybody knows that. Whatever. All right, let's talk about this draft. Of course, after any NFL draft, there are grades, right? And I have a couple of different options for you as far as grades go. So I have this first one, which is a computer-generated grading system for all of the teams. Andy said it's also Feature Act Week. My time to shine, Andy. Get out of my spotlight. I'm the feature here. So this first computer model that was put together, by the way, this all can be found on totalprosports.com. But some dude combined 18 evaluations, including Chad Reeder, Ryan Fowler, Ben Rolfe, Vinny Liar, which is a weird name, Danny Kelly, Doug Farrar, and Mark Schofield, Pro Football Focus, Nate Davis, Mel Kiper Jr. So all these guys that did their grades of how each team did. You can see they're listed across the top, right? So they took their grades, they took a composite and tried to, okay, let's see what everybody thought. For example, you can see that the Chicago Bears literally across the board, save for two experts, those being Ryan Dunleavy and Mel Kiper Jr., all received at least an A- as a draft grade. What's up, Rick? So same thing with like the Browns. Everybody had the Browns with an A except for Mel Kiper Jr. He gave the Chargers, the Jets, and the Dolphins A's, and that was it. Everybody else got B's and C's. Of course, he gave the Texans a B-. So this is the way that he broke this down. You had all of these different experts combining their grading system, coming up with an average GPA. Bears got a 3.99. Browns got a 3.89. Chargers got a 3.76. They're the only three teams that averaged an A. Jets, Dolphins round out the top five with a 3.6969 and a 3.64. No surprise to many, I think. The Houston Texans dead ass last in the draft. Not an A to be had. 5 B's? Mostly C's, D's, and 1 F. Matt Lombrado, or whatever the hell his name is. Matt Lombrado of Fansided gave the Texans an F. He also gave the Colts an F. So, Mel Kiper Jr. is washed up, Scott Hunt. I agree with you. Best draft in Texans history. So I found this to be interesting, right? And I think that rather than just looking at the GPA and where everybody ranks, I think one of the good things that comes out of this is that you can kind of see a general idea. I mean, a general consensus, right? The teams at the top pretty much all have blue and green. Teams at the bottom, a smidge of green, mostly yellows, C's and D's, mostly yellows and oranges. So pretty interesting how this all shaped up and shaped out. Now, I do have another grade for you. So Yahoo, I wanted to pull this up as a link instead of just doing it as a photo. So here's some different draft grades for you as well. And this is from Yahoo. Now, they break it down even more, but we'll look at some of these. For example, Yahoo gave a B to the Bills, right? Dolphins got a B. Patriots got a B-. Jets got a B-. So that whole division did pretty well. Ravens got a C+. Bengals got a B-. Browns got an A-. And the Steelers got a C+. So again, I think Browns consensus, everybody feels like the Browns had a really good draft, especially with that A-. And then they kind of, in this article, it's pretty interesting. They break down like who they liked, what they didn't like, and so forth. So let's go ahead and get to your Houston Texans. You can see that they gave the Texans a C. they liked the Brevin Jordan pick, tight end out of Miami. They did not like the Davis Mills pick, which I understand. I don't think anybody that is a Texans fan liked that pick. Was it a necessary pick? Maybe so. Was it a surprising pick? Absolutely. Was it a reach? For sure. Will we know until he plays? Nope. The Denver Post gave the Texans an F. Yeah, look, I thought that, and again, I don't know half of these guys, but when you go back and you read and you look, Nico Collins might have been a pretty good decision. Brevin Jordan, probably a pretty good decision. Garrett Wallow, Roy Lopez, no clue. Davis Mills, knew very little about him. But what you do know and what you can find and what you can read, and from everything you can find and everything you can read, it seems like a reach. You got a guy with very little experience in college, injury prone. When he did play, he put up pretty decent numbers, but didn't blow the doors off of anybody. Had he would have went higher. In fact, at that very moment, one pick ahead of the Texans, smacks of back in the day with Teddy Bridgewater. One pick ahead of the Texans, the Minnesota Vikings take Kellen Mond, whom I knew much more about, whom I thought, okay, there was even discussions that as a sleeper pick, he might sneak into the day one conversation, into the first round somehow. It was a long shot, but it was possible. So this was never a discussion with Davis Mills. You never heard that name mentioned as, could be a day one guy. Nope. So I don't know if it's just because this franchise is snake bitten or what. And I don't know, maybe they weren't going to take Kellen Mond to begin with. But if you asked me at that moment, between the two, I'd have much rather had Kellen Mond as the backup quarterback to Deshaun Watson going into next football season than Davis Mills. Now, again, being honest with you, I don't know a lot about Davis Mills. He may be fantastic. He may be a great person. I don't know, maybe his mom is hot too. I don't know. It just seemed like a reach. And then the most frustrating thing about this, if you're a Texans fan, this has to piss you off, is that they're like, Nick Caserio's out here going, no, it has nothing to do with Deshaun. We're just making competition. Man, I swear to you on everything that is holy for everybody watching this, if this dude starts to talk like Bill O'Brien and do that same bullshit ass spill to the media that we had to live with and put up with for years under Bill O'Brien, I promise you this, I will not watch this team. You're either going to start being transparent with the fans when you are asked an honest question and give us some goddamn information, or shut the fuck up and get out of my life. I am seriously not going to put up with this shit again. And when you listen to Nick Caserio, you hear this general bullshit, blah, blah, rah, rah talk, and I don't want to fucking hear that. This franchise is in disarray. Don't tell me what you want me to know. Tell me the goddamn truth. Tell the fans the truth. You as a franchise owe us the truth at the very least. This city as a football town is the laughing stock of the NFL now. And it's because of everybody in that building, past and present. So don't get on the podium when you're asked a legit question about why you reached for a kid with no experience and injury problems and give us that rah-rah bullshit about, oh no, there's no problems. I don't know what you're talking about. Meanwhile, there's flames and shit going on behind you at NRG. Just give it to us straight, Nick. Stop bullshitting us. We dealt with bullshit under Bill O'Brien for years. And I'm telling you right now, as a fan, I'm not going through that again. I will not put up with Nick Caserio spewing this bullshit at the podium like he does. I just can't do it. What's up, Daniel? Daniel said, don't talk to me about not wanting to watch your team. We just lost Julian Edelman and apparently refused to lose Cam Newton. Hey, you know what, Daniel? Here's the thing, guys. If you don't know, Daniel is the guy that's been helping me grow the YouTube channel. He's a huge New England Patriots fan. Here's the difference, Daniel. Yeah, the Texans have Nick Caserio, former Patriot. But you know what? Patriots have rings. So no one's going to feel sorry for you going through a tough time. The Texans literally, if they weren't the Texans, they could be called the Houston Tough Times. That could be their mascot. It'd just be the Houston Tough Times. It's what we are. It's what they are. So listen, I feel sorry for you, kinda, man. And I don't know how Nick Caserio was when he was up here, but down here, I am so sick of this shit. Just come on the podium. You're asked a question. Give us the truth. That's all I'm asking for. Yes, exactly. Nick Caserio is the "this is fine" meme. The flames going on at the computer. That's it. Amos said that's not happening, so pack your fan bags. I will. Amos, I've done it before. I will do it again. I am not a bandwagon fan. I am just a sick of the bullshit fan. I don't want to deal with this team and this organization anymore if they're not going to just level with us. And yeah, Donna has a good point too. Watson jerseys are now 50. Oh, everything's fine. No, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I mean, yeah, we took a quarterback with the very first pick we had. We had a ton of things to address. Probably could have traded the quarterback that we have now for another quarterback. It's no big deal. So we're fine. We're fine. We're okay. It's not. What's going on? What? Huh? Why is the water getting higher on this ship? I don't understand. We're okay, though. I'm not doing it. I can't. So do you think Cal watched it from the beanbag chair? I have no idea what. I didn't see the war room. I know Jack Easterby was in the war room, and that just spelled doom. That just spelled doom. Boy, to be a fan of anyone else. Look at Michael Caravantes. Hell yeah, Brady for life. Now, see, I respect that. I respect that, Daniel. If you're going to follow Brady to the Bucks, that's fine. But see, at least you have that luxury. What am I going to follow Deshaun Watson to another team? Oh, yeah, let's follow the creep. Great. Super. Can anything else go wrong with this franchise? Jesus. What a mess. Donna said I'm heading to the Saints and the Bengals. Well, that makes sense. I mean, with your Louisiana ties and Joe Burrow and half LSU plays for the Bengals now. They even say who dat? Like they stole that from the Saints. So I get it. There's like this triangulation of weirdness going on between LSU and Cincy and New Orleans. I get that. That makes sense. I don't know. I can't go back to the Chiefs as a bandwagon fan because it's too obvious now. I'm going to have to pick a team on the rise. Browns might be in play. Jen, make room. I don't know. I you know what it might be? And I hate to admit this because I grew up hating this team. No, I'm not going to become a Cowboys fan. CC, Total Dallas, Katie, everyone sit the fuck down. It's not happening. But I could see myself being a Steelers fan. I love me. I have a man crush on Mike Tomlin. Oh, they it's just a good rock solid. I don't like Big Ben. Speaking of creepy quarterbacks that do sexually deviant shit, he's a guy. But otherwise, I like that organization. They're a well-run organization. So maybe I'll be a Steelers fan. I don't know. But if I have to listen to Nick Caserio anymore, it's definitely happened. I'm definitely jumping ship. Josh Fernandez said, "Go Saints." What's up, Josh? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. Danny Dan, what's up? He said, "I would like to see the Cardinals do good." Now there's an idea. Go root for the desert Texans. All the Texans are in the desert now. Just go root for them. Oh, they say who dey, not who dat. Cool. Split those hairs, P. Jones. I mean, they stole that shit. Okay? They stole that. No, I'm not joining Bills Mafia. Speaking of joining Bills Mafia, their latest draft pick. I want to get this name right. Spencer Brown was drafted for the Bills Mafia. And as you know, maybe or maybe not, it's a big deal in Bills Mafia to jump through tables. Why that is, I'm not really sure. I think maybe they drink too much. I don't know if it's just like a fan IQ thing. Don't hate me, Bills fans. I don't know what's going on, but they love to jump through tables. So what does their newest offensive lineman do when he finds out he's been drafted by the Bills? Well, take a look.
Here we go! Bills!
Spencer Brown. He tapped the elbow. Booyah. You just know that the Bills front office was watching that going, what do you do? No. Like all slow motion. Bro, you cannot climb up on that raggedy ass chair, elbow dive through that raggedy ass table. You could have cracked a rib. That chair could have fell out from under you. You could have busted your head, could sprained an ankle. What are you doing? What are you now? Look, I get it. You're endearing yourself to the Buffalo faithful, to the Bills Mafia, because apparently they hate tables or they love tables. I don't know how you'd classify just diving through tables all the time. But if you want to endear yourself to a fan base, congratulations, you just did it. I started to think about this. What could Davis Mills do to endear himself to Texans? And I thought, maybe if he just curled up in the fetal position and cried a little bit, then we would all be like, yeah, he's one of us. He's one of us. And I thought of darker things, but then I was like, I'll get canceled if I say that. Because then it would sound like I was wishing death upon him, which I'm not. I hope he's a great kid and a great quarterback. But props to Spencer Brown for giving the Bills front office a heart attack, but endearing himself to the entirety of the Bills Mafia. Some other draft stuff that I wanted to cover for you. We talked about the draft grade. We talked even about Kellen Mond, who, by the way, oopsie. I mentioned Kellen Mond going to the Minnesota Vikings, one pick ahead of the Houston Texans and Davis Mills. Here's the problem. He had a picture of, or there was a tweet that he posted a while back. On June 12th, 2016, where he said, Minnesota is an awful state. Oops. You almost feel like, as a draftee, your agent, your publicist, they have a lot more people doing that stuff than I do. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I have something go viral, if I'm lucky enough to have a video or a tweet or anything, I'm immediately scrubbing my Twitter. I've already done it a couple times. I've already searched for certain words that might have been okay to say a decade ago when I was on Twitter that aren't okay now, where I was like, let me see. Oh, there's a fat joke. Time to delete that. Okay, that was when I first started comedy. That was inappropriate. Going to take that off the table. All right, so you got to clear. Now, I'm sure there's still bad shit out there that's going to get me canceled. Can't cancel somebody that hadn't made it yet, though. But if you're a football player and you know you're going to be drafted, why not just take a quick peruse through your Twitter? Just do an advanced search and just be like, type in like Buffalo. What pops up? Minnesota. Maybe he did. And maybe he was like, but you know what? It is an awful state. So I stand by it. They're not going to draft me. Oops. You had a 1 in 32 chance of that happening. So it's not that bad. I mean, look, what's the big deal, right? Like, I mean, he just said he didn't like it. People are going to try to get anybody canceled for any reason. And this is proof of that. I mean, hell, was it Kyler Murray that said, like, had a homophobic slur as a 14 or 15-year-old and they tried to rake him for that? Like, dude, he's 14. Come on. And this is, in the grand scheme of things, this tweet, not a big deal. But they pulled it up and we all got to talk about it. And I've been to Minnesota. It is not an awful state. It's cold. It's pretty chilly. Not awful. Not terrible. So that was Kellen Mond. One more thing, or two more things about the draft that I wanted to get to and cover. Speaking of the Steelers, this is also why I might be a Steelers fan. The Steelers drafted a 260-pound punter. I'm here for it. His name is Presley Harvin III. And before you think he's just another Randy Bullock or Sebastian Janikowski but can't kick, oh no, nay I say, my friend, nay. Dude won the Ray Guy Award in college. The first African-American punter, by the way, to win the Ray Guy Award, which is the It's the award equivalent of the Heisman for a punter. Ray Guy was notoriously good punter, like one of the best ever. So he won the Ray Guy Award. He weighs 260 pounds. He is a mammoth human being, much less a mammoth punter. But he's not all just thick thighs with 2 C's. Check this out.
Georgia Tech opting to punt here.
Oh, no, he did it! Oh, yes, he did!
And a touchdown.
That's my punter.
The
Let's go.
score with Nathan Cottrell.
Steelers Nation,
His second
baby.
touch
Look
of the
at that.
football this
Drop
year.
the goddamn dime on him.
Drop that dime.
Yes, he did. Don't steal my words.
Runs right by the
Boom. I
defensive
mean,
back.
right in the basket.
Catch on the
Never
sideline.
broke stride. Looked like he may have
Stunned.
hesitated a little bit. But damn, that's a punter. That's going to be fun. I mean, that is going to be fun to watch. 260 pounds. You can fake run with this dude up the middle. He's got the, you need a half a yard. Okay. Now you know he can drop bombs. He can punt. What can't he do? Dare I say he's the new Antoine Randall L of this. Okay, maybe not that good. Yeah. So there's your newest member of the Steelers, Presley Harvin Presley Harvin III, a 260-pound punter from Georgia Tech. Good times indeed. Last thing I wanted to talk about the draft, and we'll move on because I want to talk about LeBron. I want to talk about the A's pitcher that's out because he hurt his finger playing video games. Oh yeah, we got to discuss that as well. But real quick, as you know, we talked about it on Friday, but the internet went absolutely berserk over Zach Wilson's mom. Like it got borderline creepy, and she's cute. She's cute. We talked about it on the show. Okay. So a radio host asked Zach Wilson, a New York radio host, by the way, had him on and asked him about his mom, asked him about all of the goings on. And this was, Craig Carton of WFAN. Quote, "Your mom has become the lead story. And I say that respectfully because people are like, the star of the first round of the draft is Mrs. Wilson because they are very attractive women. And I'm just wondering how awkward that is for you that you just got picked second overall in the NFL draft and the focus is, wow, his mom is really hot." So he just basically said, bro, I get it. Your mom's hot. How does it feel? Does it suck? So the internet basically lost their shit and drugged this dude for asking this question, at which point he pointed out, if you would read the question instead of trying to get me canceled, I basically said the story is about her and it shouldn't be. How does that feel to you? And just for the record, where was his response? Oh, where did it go? Damn it, I lost the quote. Here it goes. The 20-year-old QB said, "Yeah, it's not my favorite. For sure. I like to keep her out of the spotlight. She's an awesome lady, and I love having her support." So, I mean, I think he handled it well. He knew that was going to happen. He knew he was going to get asked about that. So, hey, check it out, Daniel, buddy. Dude, thank you so much for your generosity and your kindness with your super chat, man. That was very unnecessary, but I really do appreciate it. Daniel said, "Sounds great as always, Barry. Thanks for keeping these conversations alive here on YouTube." Hey, man, I appreciate you helping me grow this thing. And I look forward to working with you even more and you helping me even more, buddy. But thank you so much, though. I really do appreciate your generosity. That was very kind of you. KD said, "I just want to see someone get a concussion trying to tackle the big punter." Same. Oh, 1,000% same. He is the man, Francisco. He is definitely the man. Great dude. I've really enjoyed working with him, and I'm learning a ton about YouTube. So, mom being hot works for his dad. Yeah, true. That's true. All right, I think that's enough draft talk. I think we had 30 minutes of NFL draft talk. We did it. All right. Real quick, I do want to tell you guys before we go any further, I do want to get in a plug for my folks over at Dan's Seafood and Wings. If you Nora and I had it this weekend. If you don't believe me, go check out the IG post that I made. Nora was like, it's time. I'm ready for some boiled spicy shrimp. We didn't even get the crawfish, and it's crawfish season, and it's the best crawfish in the city of Houston. But I made the trek. It's a 45-minute drive one way for me. And damn it, I did it because I love Dan's and I love my wife. And so I did it for both. But if there's two locations for you, if you don't live near the one that's near on Uvalde, then you can go to this one on southwest side on South Gessner. Two locations for you. Check out the website, eatitdans.com. They have the full menu and all the food is delicious. I'm telling you right now, Francisco loves the lo mein. Cece loves the crawfish. Nora loves the boiled spicy shrimp. I, this weekend, did it a little bit different and got the shrimp po' boy, and it was amazing. So do yourself a favor. Log on right now. Go to eatitdans.com. Eatitdans.com. Put some Dans in your mouth. That's not appropriate. All right. Let's talk about LeBron for a minute. Can we? Can we talk about LeBron James being a Why is LeBron James being a crybaby about this play-in game? Have you guys heard about this? So apparently, he was asked about the fact that the Lakers have fallen into the 7th seed. And if you haven't been paying attention to the NBA, which I know a lot of you have, and you do love the NBA, the Lakers are in a free fall. And I'm curious, I wanted to pull up their the existing schedule that they have. But they're in the 7th seed. And LeBron was asked about right now having played 72 games on a shortened schedule coming off last season, which ended at a weird time for them. I think they had 71 days off or 72 days off. Then they play a 72 game season or 71 game season. And now they may have to play extra games, at least one, maybe two, in order to make it to the playoffs and play some more. So they asked him about that, and he said, whoever came up with that shit needs to be fired. I think he's only saying that because his team's in it. And then, of course, you see online where people are like, well, that's going to be the end of that because LeBron James runs the NBA. Not so fast. When you look at the standings right now, over in the East, I'm pretty sure that the Pacers and the Wizards don't think that it's stupid shit. I mean, the Celtics and the Hornets sit at 7 and 8, but you got those two teams who are in 9 and 10 and the Pacers and the Wizards. The Raptors are close. They're not out of it yet. The Bulls are same, close, not out of it yet. I mean, the chances are that they're not going to make it, but also when you look at it, I'm pretty sure Steph Curry and the Warriors don't think that play-in game is stupid. And nor do the Spurs and Popovich. Here's the thing. The way that the play-in game works is 7 and 8 play each other. The winner moves on to the playoffs. The loser has to play the winner of 9 and 10. So theoretically, right now, by percentage points or ties, the Lakers sit at 6, but they are literally tied with the Mavs and the Blazers. So they could fall into the playoff game or the play-in game, excuse me. So the fact of the matter is the Lakers could lose that first game to the Grizzlies. Probably not going to happen, but they could. Then they would end up having to play the Warriors or the Spurs, whoever won that game, probably beating them. But the chances, there are 2 more chances that the Lakers could get bounced from the playoffs. And that's why he doesn't like it, because he knows they're in a free fall. They have lost 3 in a row. They are 3 and 7 over their last 10. Definitely not getting hot down the stretch like you want to. What does that say? The playoff play-in game? Yes. Yes, there is a play-in game. There are a couple of, there's more than one. So 7, 8, 9, and 10 are considered the play-in. And 7 and 8 play each other. 9 and 10 play each other. The winner of 9 and 10 plays the loser of 7 and 8. And that team gets the 8 spot because the winner of 7 and 8 gets the 7 seed. So the 8 seed through record could really theoretically get the 7 seed, even if it's a certain, like right now. So just so you can see here, let me pull this up. Maybe this will explain it better. Just so you can see. So right now, as you can see, the Blazers and the Grizzlies are 7, 8. Warriors and Spurs are 9 and 10. Theoretically, one of the Blazers or the Grizzlies could miss the playoffs, and they right now sit at 7 and 8. Theoretically, either the Warriors or Spurs couldn't make the playoffs at 9 or 10. In fact, theoretically, the Blazers could miss the playoffs sitting at a 7 seed. Now, I could see where that would piss people off because you have seeding. But think of it this way. It's like the wild card. What they're basically allowing, they're basically, instead of eliminating 2 teams that should have made the playoffs, they're including 2 teams that were probably good enough to be in contention. And in this case, the Golden State Warriors are a half game worse than the Grizzlies right now. Think about that. We're not talking about 9, 10, 11 games. The Warriors are a half game worse than the Grizzlies. The problem is that there are 3 teams tied at 10. So the Blazers would have just as good as an argument as the Mavs and the Lakers, save for the tiebreaker stuff. So I think what it does is it adds some intrigue, it adds some interest and some peril and some risk to the playoffs. And right now, there's only 2 teams in the West playing worse than the Lakers right now. That would be the Thunder and the Rockets, who are both eliminated from the playoffs. So if you look over here, if you look at the last 10s, Lakers are 3-7 in their last 10, have lost 3 in a row. Only worse ones, the Thunder are trying their damnedest to get that first pick in the draft. They're 1-9 in their last 10, lost 3. Rockets are 2-8 in their last 10, and have lost 2. Not looking good. Certainly not looking good for a team that has aspirations of making the playoffs and the best player on the planet. But I think what you're finding is I saw somebody say Anthony Davis looks checked out. I haven't watched a Lakers game in a minute, so that may or may not be true. I don't know. But I think you have some real issues on that team right now. It's going to be interesting. Can they get it fixed? Now, once they get into the playoffs, if they make the playoffs, be scared. If the Lakers make the playoffs as a 7 or an 8 seed, there's no reason to think that they can't win that opening round matchup. That's just a fact. They get their shit together. Now, Dennis Schroeder being out, that's going to be a problem for him. That he's going to be out for a while. I don't know how many games that's going to end up being. But if they get their shit together and they get some of their depth back that they have been lacking, yeah, they absolutely could give the Suns or the Jazz fits. Which, by the way, can we just talk for a half a second? Just a half a second about the fact that the Suns and the Jazz are tied for first in the West. It feels like the West is upside down. Like, what is happening right now? But both of those teams tied for not just first in the West, but tied for the best record in the NBA. The Suns. The Jazz, you kind of saw it slowly manifesting, right? Donovan Mitchell in the Stifle Tower. Rudy Gobert, I mean, you saw this happening, some of the depth that they have with Joe Ingles, who's probably going to win Sixth Man of the Year. Like, you could see this slowly building, almost kind of what you almost expected the Blazers to be in this position as well. They're 7th. But you could see that building, right? But man, oh my God, I hate you so much right now, Aaron Little. I hate you so much. Get up! I should give you a 5-minute timeout, but there's been worse jokes today, so I won't. Fact of the matter is, color me shocked that not only are the Suns and the Jazz tied for first and best record they've clinched, like they're in. And our team's really scared. I probably haven't watched enough Suns basketball, but I also think you guys are going to continue to talk about the Joker. You're going to continue to talk about Steph. That's fine. And I'm going to continue to tell everybody that Chris Paul should be seriously considered for MVP. And I just did it. Katie said now would be the perfect time for you to defend your CP3 is valuable take. I literally was headed that direction. Great minds think alike, Katie. I mean, how are you going to... okay, let's be real. They surprised people in the bubble last year. They're the freaking best team in basketball record-wise right now. What's the difference, fam? Stop this. Stop this. Stop this. Stop this. How many games? CP3 has played in 63 games. He's averaging, his PER right now is 21.1. Let's look up what the Joker, how many games has he played in? Let's look it up. Jazz going to lose in the first round. God, I hope so. Wouldn't that be great? Let's look up the Nuggets. Let's look up Jokic and look at his PER. Curry is the MVP. White Magic, I need you. Go sit your ass down. Yes, Max, you can ask your question, but I know it's going to be spam. So, just be ready to, somebody's probably going to boot you if you spam the chat, just FYI. But absolutely, if it's a sports related question or something like that, feel free to ask it, buddy. But if you're just going to spam the chat, get ready. There's like 6 moderators that just love to boot people for acting up. He missed a game. So CP3 missed a game? What the fuck, Max? That is the weirdest goddamn... Do I like the smell of diapers? No. No, if I'm at fucking Bed Bath & Beyond and they're like, oh, look, there's French vanilla candles, there's cherry blossoms, and diapers. I'm not fucking getting no diaper-scented candle, Mac. You're a weirdo. Jokic has played in 64 games. So Jokic's PER is a lot higher. It's 31.19. But let's think about value for a second. All right, let's just talk about value for a second. How did Denver finish last year? Let's see. Look, all of the mods are like, yeah, go ahead. Ask it up. Numbers mean anything if you don't make the playoffs. No, I totally agree. But let's go back and look at the standings last year, KD, White Magic. Okay, dude, stop being weird. Max, what about poopy diapers? Dude, stop being weird. This is a goddamn sports and entertainment show, not a fucking weirdo fetish show. Why are you asking those weird-ass questions? I'm ignoring you now, Max. You asked your question. You got your 2 minutes of fucking attention. That's weird. I mean, you guys don't need to ban him or boot him or anything. That's just fucking weird. He's just being a weirdo. Hey, look at me. I need attention on YouTube, and I'm going to get it. Whose man's is Max? I don't know, but he's a fucking weirdo. Let's go look at 2020. All right, here we go. Let me share this. So this is this year, obviously. Suns are 46-18. The Nugs are 43-21. Let's take a look at last year. And let's look at what they meant. Nugs were 46-27, third in the West. Guess what they are this time? Third in the West. The Suns missed the playoffs, were 34-39. They had a .466 winning percentage. Meanwhile, the Nuggets won 63% of their games. So the Suns won 47% of their games. The Nuggets won 63%. Fast forward to this year, the Suns are winning 72% of their games. The Nuggets are winning 67%. So you tell me who has the value here. The Nuggets are basically the same team they were last year. The exact same team. Third in the West, 63, 67%. The Suns went from 43%? 47%. They went from winning 47% of their games to 73. Come on, fam. This is not even close. Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. They're missing Jamal Murray. Do you think that they would be number one in the West if they had Jamal Murray? I'm telling you right now, all you need to do is look at this team from last year to this year, and then go back and look at the teams Chris Paul was with the previous year to the current year and see how they did. You guys are really sleeping on what the fuck is going on, Ryan? All right, who's sending you to do this? This has to be somebody's other show is sending you fucking weirdos to do this shit. I'm ignoring you. Plus, we got to get to a break anyway, you weirdos. All right, let's take a 5-minute break. Everybody go smell a diaper if that's what you're into. And if you like the way it smells, don't come back. You're fucking weird. Jesus. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break. When we come back, we got a little more sports to talk about. And then we have some weird human beings. And I'm not talking about diaper smellers. I'm talking about people that are getting implants on their face so they don't have to wear glasses with arms on them and a chick who's going to teach us how to astral travel. Yes. It might be true, TDP. That might be true. You know what? It might also, I wouldn't be surprised if Joel and Nick put them up to this. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. This is Barry on Deck. I don't have a great break video for you. Sorry. We'll be back in 5 minutes or less. Probably less. Probably 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Let me pee. Yes, Astral Travel. We're going to talk about all that and more on the other side. Don't go anywhere. 2-3 minutes. We're back. I'll see you. I'm Barry Laminack, and this isn't what happened in sports. Let's start in the NBA, where Houston Rockets' Sterling Brown was seriously injured after getting hit with a bottle at a strip club in Miami last week. That is the worst bottle service I've ever heard of. Brown's teammate Kevin Porter Jr. was also at the strip club and had to sit out a few games for violating the NBA's health and safety protocols. Man, if Porter can just grow a beard, gain some weight, and average about 30 points a game, the Rockets might have them a future disgruntled superstar on their hands. An Ohio bar owner says NBA games won't be shown at his business until LeBron is expelled from the league for the things that LeBron James said about a police officer in Ohio. What a weird way to tell people you're closing for good. From the world of the NFL, some NFL teams are reportedly concerned about drafting Alabama wide receiver Devontae Smith because he weighed in at just 166 pounds. If only there was a team with no standards. When asked where he wanted to play, he said anywhere as long as it's warm. Smith looks like he skipped body day. The Cincinnati Bengals had splashy promos revealing their new uniforms made, which look just like their old uniforms. And you know the saying, you can't change a tiger's stripes, and always bet the under with the Bengals. In other sports news, Sean Kazmar Jr. has been called up by the Atlanta Braves after spending the last 12 years in the Braves minor league organization. 12 years around the minors. The hell, even Matt Gaetz is impressed. Ohio State is suing fashion brand Marc Jacobs for trying to trademark the word "the." As in, this is the dumbest court case I've ever heard of. How fragile is your ego, Ohio State, where you have to emphasize that you're the best state college out of Kent State, Akron, and Dayton? This week, UFC fans were heard chanting, "F*** Jake Paul! F*** Jake Paul!" Finally, something this country can unite over. The fight between Jake's brother and fellow YouTuber Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather Jr. is back on, by the way. The rules allow Paul to weigh 30 pounds more than Floyd Mayweather for the fight, but Mayweather has to promise not to actually kill Paul at any point during the fight. Paul's initial request to be able to tag in his brother Jake was denied. I feel like at this point the WWE is just like, this is getting ridiculous, Jake. Logan, chill. Mayweather said, and I quote, "The match will be shorter than a YouTube clip." To which Logan Paul responded, "Whoa, you can count?" The PGA reportedly has a $40 million pool of money to pay players based on their social media popularity. And in related news, Jake Paul has announced he'll be joining the PGA Tour. First up, he wants to fight Dustin Johnson. Athletes at the Tokyo Olympics will be banned from all forms of protest on the podium, up to and including dying from COVID. And finally, former Olympic champion Caitlyn Jenner has announced that she is running for the governor of California. Jenner hasn't released her entire platform yet, but she is promising big changes ahead. Well, I hope if she wins, there's a smooth transition. I'm Barry Laminack. This is not what happened in sports. Hey, welcome back to hour number 2 of Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. Well, those of you that did, those of you that didn't, I don't know what you're doing with yourself, but you're missing out on all of the goody goodness of hour number 2. All right. You know, I ended that video with a story about Caitlyn Jenner saying that she planned to run for governor. And she's actually in the news again, and I don't have like a picture for you. Unfortunately, I didn't grab one. But she was asked about, what's up, Nick? She was asked about transgender athletes competing in female sports. And she said, look, I didn't expect to get asked this on my Saturday morning coffee run, but I'm clear about what I said. I'm clear about where I stand. It's an issue of fairness, and we need to protect girls' sports in our schools. Thank you. Thank you. So she said, this is a question of fairness, Jenner told TMZ. That's why I oppose biological boys who are trans competing in girls' sports in school. It just isn't fair, and we have to protect girls' sports in our school. Here's the crazy thing. I think a lot of people see that. What's up, Marsha? I think a lot of people see that and hear that, and I think they're surprised. They're like, wait a minute. I mean, obviously, Bruce Jenner transitioned to Caitlyn Jenner. He's transgender. He's an athlete. Is this okay? Look, it's his opinion. First of all, he's entitled to whatever opinion he has. And you're literally getting the opinion of a transgender male athlete who is now female saying we must protect female sports. But yet there are going to be people that rake her over the coals, that rake her over the coals because it doesn't agree with what they want to hear. Look, you're never going to make everybody happy. But for the love of everything holy, you ask a transgender athlete about transgender athletics and then you get mad at the answer? How about go fuck yourself? You're just looking for a reason to get mad. It's insane to me that trans activist and transparent actress Shakina Nafak was one of many to hit back saying Caitlyn Jenner is classically uninformed, wildly privileged, and tragically self-hating. She can go protect the integrity of fucking herself. Wow, that's really aggressive. You seem to be really upset that she didn't say what you wanted to hear. Might I suggest that you go fuck yourself, hypocrite? Because I'd be willing to bet you if we Googled Shakina Nafak, Caitlyn Jenner transition, Shakina was all about it, supporting her to the very end. But when she says something that you don't agree with politically because she's speaking truth to, or her truth, you're going to get mad. That's the thing. See, here's what you have to realize. And I understand that trans activists have a specific agenda, and I have no problem with that. Work your agenda. So, don't get mad when people have an opposing view of you. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. Paul Talbot, I'm sure no Houston Texans talk has happened. Just Rockets. Actually, yeah, nailed it. Now, we talked draft mostly, and now we're talking Caitlyn Jenner's stance on transgender athletes. Of course. So here's some other things. So Shakina said transphobes are obsessed with biological sex as though being transgender isn't a biological phenomenon. This is why I think it's important to acknowledge transness in conversations about biological diversity. The human species is more complex than a colonial binary can contain. Trinity the Tuck said a trans girl is a girl. A trans boy is a boy. Everyone's built differently no matter what gender you are. There's very small framed people and also large framed muscular people all across the spectrum. Stop finding ways to delegitimize someone's gender. Shame on you. Charlotte Clymer said, Caitlyn Jenner completely fails to understand the science here. This has not been a problem. Yes, it has. It absolutely has. You are burying your head in the sand and you are refusing to look at the facts of the matter. This has been a problem. The GOP is fabricating this issue and funding Jenner to claim this nonsense. That's false. 1,000% false. That is 1,000% false, and you know not of what you speak. It's amazing to me that now there's going to be this infighting amongst a community that at this moment in our society can ill afford to have this kind of infighting. But should you be surprised? No matter where you go. Okay, here's the deal. From now on, all this poopy bullshit that's getting posted, yeah, feel free to 5-minute timeout everybody that does it. Mods. This is the fucking stupidest shit ever. I don't know where you fucking idiots came from or how you found this or who told you to come here, but you're all fucking losers. Hey, I know. Let's go act like a fucking 10-year-old on a chat on YouTube because we have nothing better to do because we're fucking idiots. So yeah, mods, any of these motherfuckers that start talking about poopy diapers in their butt, I don't give a fuck if you ban them, 5-minute timeout them, they're fucking idiots. So feel free to do it. I'm not fucking with that shit today. All right, let's talk about this frameless glasses thing. Because they do make me look good. Like, 10-year-olds don't act that fucking stupid, CC. 10-year-olds don't act this fucking stupid. All right, let's talk about this frameless glasses thing, and then we'll talk about astral travel. Because this chick on TikTok is going to teach us. I may have to go get some salt and some white candles because I think I'm going to try. Look, I did the alien app, and we all see how that worked out. By the way, I have like this fucking lump on my arm now. I think that's from the aliens. Can y'all see that? I think the aliens have, they've fully taken over my body. So, Celio, you missed a lot and nothing. Katie said my 10-year-old's better behave. What's up, Christopher Mina? How are you, buddy? Yeah, you know, it's just when these fucking idiots get in the chat and try to act like morons. Okay, let's talk about these glasses first. Shut up, Justin. That literally sounds like a guy that's done mushrooms. That's all that is. We're going to get into the astral thing in a second, but he's like, don't fuck around with astral projection unless you're ready to see some profound shit. Yeah, that's a good point, too. They're old souls. Katie's kids are. All right, let's talk about these frameless glasses thing. Shut up, P. Jones. This shit is weird. Like, why are we doing this? People are having piercings done on the bridge of their nose so that they can have the glasses, the lenses mounted to this piercing so that they don't have to wear glasses anymore. They literally have this post thing put through the bridge of their nose. And then they have these glasses. Are those shutters? Then they have the glasses screwed into these posts, and that's it. Then they just walk around. Do you know what a fucking weirdo you must like you look like the goddamn Planters peanut guy. What kind of weird, could you imagine you're going to get in a fight? I talk too much shit in public to have to wear this shit. You're like, you can't even, you're like, you know what? Like right now, if I'm out and I'm going to fight somebody, I'm like, yo, what's up? Let's do this. Right? Because you don't want to get hit and then the plastic bust and then, all. But then, be like, you've got these glasses on. You'd have to unscrew that shit. You'd have to take that shit off. That is just absolutely fucking weird. Why? Why are we doing this? How inconvenient are the arms on your glasses? You know what? Just get some goddamn contacts. Robert, please don't tell me you would do this. Why would you do this? Why? And then the first time you get drunk and fall on your face and you break the glasses and it rips your skin out. Fuck, Robert, you drink too much to do this. Nobody's doing this. This is the dumbest goddamn thing I think I've ever seen in the history of glasses. Oh my goodness. Just said, I mean, if you're going to have facial piercings, you might as well make them useful. my industrial is great for keeping my mask and my lopsided ear from sliding off. I mean, I get that, Jess. I get that. But come on, fam. There's no reason for this. There's so many reasons why you don't do this. One, I don't like when they rust in the shower and then you have to take those off when you're showering. What if you need bifocals? Then do they even make those in the progressive lenses? Because like right now, I have progressive lenses. Like I don't have the bifocal, but they're not good enough. So like when I do this show, like right now, I can see the screen, but it looks a little weird because I don't usually wear my glasses when I do this show and I don't use them to read the computer. Even though I have the progressive lens, I'm not getting them next time. I'm just getting regular ass glasses because I still have to take them off to reach. This just seems wildly inconvenient in so many different ways. That's a great question. Wouldn't it be hard to sleep with those? Yes. Now, if a burglar breaks in, you're immediately ready, though. You're like, okay, fuck, let's go. No. Oh, my God. Could you imagine if those were the transition lenses? That would be even worse. Then you would really look like a dumbass. Because at least if you go inside and it's the weird light and it makes them go dark, you just take them off and be like, I'm sorry. But now you're just walking around. That's just, come on, fam. Get some contacts or go get LASIK. Why are you doing this? Anyways, this was on Reddit. Somebody posted this on Facebook. And I thought, how fucking dumb is that? That's just so weird. So yeah, that was a Reddit thing that I saw on Facebook. All right, let's talk about this chick that's astral traveling. Hold on, let me pull up my dashboard. There's some people I need to handle real quick. Dashboard live. You knew what, P. Jones? What did you know? What's up, Sandoval? Joe Bro said, screw it, I'm getting an ear piercing to hold my pencil. That's outstanding, Joe Bro. There we go. There we go. So... there we go. All right. Timing out some of these fucking idiots. Okay. Moderators, please time these fucking morons out. All right, let's talk about this astral thing. So let's get to that. Because this chick on TikTok is doing videos about... well, actually, before we do that, let me do this first. Because I have a feeling this is going to consume a lot of time. And I don't want to miss... Bro, that's got to be Ennis's people. He's live, but you can't chat unless you're a follower, and I refuse. Oh, are you surprised that Ennis's people are coming to this chat and saying things about poop? Like, are you really surprised about that at all? Yeah, the fact that the problem is I have 6 mods and none of them are doing anything, so I'm going to do it myself. So let's see. There we go. Okay. Oh my God. No, we're not having any more mods. I'm wondering, do we have any besides Jeremy? Well, Walt's here. Jeremy's here. Let's see who else is here. Donna's here. Yeah. Can you believe that shit, White Magic? I'm doing it myself. I feel you, Katie. All right, let's do Jen. Well, you weren't really posting, Jen. Justin, yes, fire at will. Yeah, I know, Chris. Now I'm, yeah, I get it. Look, working, gotta pee. No, you're not going to lose your blue. Listen, Justin, just use common sense. When these stupid motherfuckers get in here and start talking about poop, just get rid of them. It's that simple. And then I don't have to see their dumb shit. And then they don't have to clog up the chat with this bullshit. And we don't have to waste any more time on their show with this childish fuckery. All right. Let's keep moving. So this chick is an astral traveler who is helping people. I know, surprise. Don't be gun shy, Swinford. Sean makes a good point. Yeah, you're right. I do. I need to update the moderator training video. I need to update the moderator training video. All right. So let's do this astral. I know, surprised that this chick is an astral traveler, but she is, and she's going to teach us right now how to astral travel, how to leave our body. We're going to watch her TikTok videos. Now, this is on unilad.co.uk, so I don't take that for what it's worth. But I'm going to set this up here. So this is about astral traveling. Now, this is going to take a little bit of time, but I think this bears a little bit of hippie life. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. See, I kind of want to do this too, Francisco. I almost want to try this to see if this works. So here we go. Your first astral travel, protection.
So before you astral project, you might want to perform a small ritual. That way you can have protection when you leave your body. Protection is an additional safeguard that provides security and may be useful someday.
Okay.
This ritual is known as psychic protection. And there are many ways to protect yourself. Salt and water are especially useful. Salt is a crystal that represents the element earth, and water represents the psychic world. A bath in water that has a small amount of salt dissolved in it can provide great protection. If you use a bath as a ritual of protection, you need to remain aware the whole time that the purpose of this bath is for protection.
Got it.
When you get out of the bath, dry yourself with a towel, and then you can either astral travel nude, or you can put on fresh, loose clothing.
Wait a minute. So we're astral traveling buck-ass naked? When I'm astral traveling, can they see my dong? Is this a thing? I don't know how this works. Is this okay? This is weird.
You can also use water and salt in different ways. You can dissolve salt in water and then sprinkle that water in a large circle around where you plan to travel from. That way it provides you with a ring of protection.
Oh, this is normal.
You can also light 4 white candles and place them in the 4 major directions. Or you can imagine yourself surrounded by pure white light. Protection is not always necessary, but it is a very useful safeguard.
So I either have to do something, like I gotta cook to astral travel. I gotta get the fucking salt out and water and some candles. It's mood lighting. She goes, or you can just pretend. You can just visualize your safety. What? Okay, this is weird. No, Francisco's first thing. 1, get butt naked. No, you missed the whole point.
If you feel uneasy at all about leaving your physical body behind, make sure to have protection.
Okay, so there's the first part of astral traveling. Oh, now it's gone? Page not available. She's done deleted all this shit. It was literally just up there. And now it's gone. God damn it, I'm a wreck right now. She must have gotten the shit ridiculed out of her. So here are some other things that you can see in this article. She says, so here's how you can literally go anywhere. First, you need to find a time where you'll not be disturbed or interrupted. It makes no difference what time of day, as long as you won't be interrupted. You need to eat lightly. Apparently, you can't astral travel on a full stomach. It's not as good. Eat lightly leading up to the astral projection, particularly fruits and vegetables. Avoid fatty and or high protein foods. Are you going to shit yourself? Is that why? She's like, oops, I astral traveled and I ass shitted. When we sit down and relax, we normally start to think about all these things we should be doing. All those things need to be put aside before you can successfully leave your body. You can project from your bed. She recommends a couch or a recliner, just in case you fall asleep. So I thought you would be sleeping anyways. Unlike dreams, astral trips can be so intense you don't forget. This is fucking weird. Before you project, Sydney says you should perform a psychic ritual to protect your body. Once you've completed the progressive relaxation, your soul will start to leave your body. What? Now, this doesn't tell you how to do it, though. Check out the rest of her videos. But see, it doesn't actually tell you how to do it. Now I'm disappointed. Maybe it was in the videos. All right, fuck you, Jeremy. You dumb dick. We know Barry won't be doing this. It requires him to take a shower. I mean, maybe I'll do it on shower day. So let me get this right. Get butt naked. Well, take a shower. Get butt naked. Get some candles. Put them around you. Lay on the couch. Travel. I mean, I've done all of those except travel. By the way, speaking of laying on the couch naked, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. It has been discussed in this house betwixt Nora and myself. I don't even think that was the right word. Cisco said, I mean, I may be going out, I don't think she's a professional. So Nora and I had this conversation because one day after a shower, I don't know if it was a game was on, something was on TV that I was very much interested in. I got out of the shower, I dried off, I was butt ass naked, and really quickly, I went into the living room and I sat on the couch for a split second to watch TV. This was a long time ago. We lived in an apartment. It was a very small little area, and I just, right outside our bathroom was the living room. I just, boop, boop, sat on the couch. Nora lost her shit. Well, look who's here. What's up, Brandon? By the way, you missed your happy birthday, I'm sure. Happy birthday, fella. Belated. I sat on the couch naked. Nora lost her shit. Like, that is an absolute, apparently, that is an absolute no-no in this house, is to sit on the couch bucket naked. Who knew? She's like, that's gross. I'm like, I literally just showered. My butthole will never be cleaner than it is in this moment. She was like, that's gross. You don't just sit on the couch naked. I'm like, what? People have sex on couches all the time. It's worse. Like, I'm literally, why is it weird? It was just 2 minutes. This was probably even in my wrestling phase. It was like a Tuesday night or a Monday Night Raw or some shit. And I was like, oh, is that The Rock? He's so funny. And what's weird about watching The Rock naked on the couch? What's weird about, well, when you say it out loud, those details maybe make it weird. But I'm saying just in general, her thing was, don't be naked on the couch. And I'm like, why? Just goes to tell her you're astral projecting. Hey, babe, listen, I'm just going to go travel real fast. So don't come in the living room getting mad because I'm buck ass naked on the couch laying down. By the way, never mind the candles and the salt bath all around me. Oh, so Shelby says it's about, now this is interesting. Shelby says it's about the ball sack hair. Well, Shelby, without going into too much detail, I shaved my ball sack. So now what? And yes, I shaved my taint too. So there's no hair between one end to the other. None. Smooth. So now what? Brandon said, put a towel down, you're all good. No, I mean, I was already dry. I left the towel, I dried off, and then I was like, my underwear were in the laundry. But I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this real quick. I don't see why this is a big deal. This is also the thing is she won't let me put if I have my tennis shoes on, she freaks out if I put my feet on the couch or the bed. She's like, oh my God, that's so gross. Get your feet off the couch and the bed. I'm like, why? And she's like, because you stand and piss. I'm like, what do you think I do? I mean, like when you guys go to the bathroom, there's always piss on the floor. So you're always standing and piss. Get your feet off. I'm like, do you think I'm a plumber? Like, I'm not around. I literally sit in this chair in this office. Yeah, I put on shoes because I feel like I'm going to work. I don't need them. Just took my shoes off. Nobody fucking knows. Like, what do you think is happening? So now Justin says, naked on the couch is normal. Shoes is weird. Shoes are filthy. Yeah. Now I know something new, but I thought everybody knew I shaved. We talked about this on the radio all the time. If you came over to this program from when I was on ESPN, there was at least once, if not a dozen times, I talked about shaving my balls. Who doesn't shave? Which one of you nasty ass dudes out there is not shaving your ball sack? Get your shit together, Dandy Dan, you nasty hairy son of a bitch. Shave your balls. It is 2021. There should be no man walking this planet with big old nasty hairy ball sacks. It is time, fellas. Join us in the 21st century. This message brought to you by... I mean, seriously, Dan, are you not shaving? I'm more appalled that some of you nasty fuckers are not shaving than you should be appalled that I do shave. It keeps it nice and tidy and clean. It don't stink as bad or as fast. Shave your balls, Dan. It's not only is it good hygiene, it's liberating. Feels amazing. Looks better too. During sex, whether you're with yourself or with somebody else, you're just like, man, my balls look good right now. That is so badass. Told Al, said right on cue. My dog sits his ass on my naked foot. Yeah. Yeah. No, shave your balls. Smooth. See, Alan gets it. Donna said, I think shoes need to be dropped at the door. I am a germaphobe, but I'm not a weirdo. Like, I'm a germaphobe when it comes to other people. Let me explain to you about the shoe thing. It's kind of like tires. It's a good example. No. I don't know why I have so many pairs of shoes under my desk, by the way. I have literally 1, 2, 3. I have 4 pairs of shoes. I just take them off when I'm done and that's it. But then I don't take them in the closet. You guys, take this pair of shoes here. Do you notice that some of these have like the little dots on them and some of them don't? Because as you walk in them, they wear down slowly. So it's not like all the piss that you've stood in at one point just stays on there forever. Literally, if you walk on concrete, you're literally rubbing all the piss off the bottom of your shoes. If you wipe your feet at the front door or the back door or on a carpet or whatever, you're literally wiping all of the piss, if there was any on there, off from the urinal that you stood in. By the way, the last time I used a public urinal, can't even remember. Can't even remember. So what are we talking about now? Just regular walking on concrete? Why is that disgusting? Oh, see, that's not good. That's not good. And you're getting new germs from the... It is science. Thank you. I feel like she's either has my back or she's mocking me, Rachel. One of the two. Or both. She's like, I have your back, but you're an idiot. You guys are weirdos about the shoes. It's good to know. I've stopped using soap, just wipe my hands on my jeans. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like your tires wear down. Shoes are the same thing. You guys are weird. Unless you visibly have dog shit on the bottom of your shoes, I really want to do like a scientific study now. I want to Google it. I wonder if there's something out there. How dirty are the bottoms of shoes? Oh. All I saw was the word diarrhea. That's never a good sign if you're going to make a point. So it says your clodhoppers, well, you leave it to writers to get fancy. Shoes track in dirt, yes, but also fecal germs and diarrhea-inducing bacteria. Studies show, and shoes themselves can get dirtier than a toilet seat. And science has shown what makes up the filth, too. It says, I'm starting to make myself paranoid. It seems like we step in a lot more poop than I thought. For the study, 10 people wore brand new shoes for 2 weeks before their kicks were sampled for bacteria. The outside of the shoes averaged 421,000 units of bacteria, compared with 2,887 on the inside, and fecal bacteria appeared on 96% of the shoes. That fecal bacteria indicates frequent contact with fecal material, which most likely originates from floors in public restrooms, or contact with animal fecal material outdoors. Okay, so if I haven't been to a public restroom in ages, and I am not going outside in the grass, like, what's the problem? Dave Angel said, did you watch the Lakers game last night? We were just talking about shitty shoes. Sorry, Dave. No, I did not watch the Lakers game last night, Dave, unfortunately. Yeah, see, this is what we need, a Barry on science. The fact of the matter is, okay, so shoes might be a little dirty if you stand in around urinals all day. But if you don't, I'm still going with no problem. Also, should be totally okay to be naked on my own couch. I don't see why that's a problem either. So we can sleep in the bed naked, but I can't sleep on the couch naked or sit on the couch naked? This is a sham. My whole life is a sham. That's all I'm saying. Wallace said you find the one point that helps your argument and you run with it. I tried. I was wrong. Shoes are disgusting. Shoes are gross. I mean, obviously the science says so, but that's not going to change. I'm not telling my wife she was right now. Oh my God. Let's go take a look at something real quick. We're going way off here. We're going to go way off. Let's see something. Bear with me for a second, chat. Let's see. So I have something happening in the background. I'll explain to you guys in just a second. What are you talking about, Michael? How is that not going into too much detail? No, we're not going to get into beef. Just looking here. So. All right. I'm watching. No. I don't need. I appreciate you, Wallace. There's no reason to need to have my back. I'm just. I'm checking something to see where all these stupid fucking idiots are coming from that are talking about poopy diapers and shit. So ridiculous. Okay, let's do this. Let's skip that. All right, now let's get to. There was one other story that I had, but before we do that though, I do want to tell you guys real quick about Hemp Vita. If you are looking for some of the best gummies in the business, some of the best CBD gummies, folks, I'm telling you right now, go to hempvitacbd.com, hempvitacbd.com. You are going to absolutely love the products that Hemp Vita has for you. By the way, all of their products are made organically. So you don't have to worry about having, bad stuff in the things that you buy. All their cannabinoids are organically grown right here in the U.S. No THC in their products. All natural wellness products is what Hemp Vita provides you. They've been doing it for this show for almost a year now. They've been a sponsor of Barry on Deck. All of the deckheads that are using the products absolutely love them, and I promise you will too. Just this weekend, Nora was having a problem with her ankle. I put the gel on there. And just like that, the pain was gone within 20 minutes. And she had tried everything else to get rid of it. Now I had where did it go? I wanted to read you a testimonial from Joe Pro. Well, basically, Joe Pro said he hurt his back this weekend, put the gel on there, and now he's back to doing cartwheels. And that, I did not ask him to tell me that. He reached out to me. He brought it up on his own. I'm telling you right now, you got aches and pains and joint issues and inflammation. Check out the Hemp Vita gel. What I will also tell you is I just ordered my nighttime gummies. They have a new nighttime gummy formula out. The new nighttime gummy formula, it's basically got, where did it go? They've upped the dosage of CBD to 25 milligrams. It's got CBN in there. It's got melatonin. It's got chamomile, no artificial ingredients, a new great sour flavor. Still tastes great. Also, it's vegan. So if you are vegan and you're worried about what they're putting in there, no need to worry about that anymore. If you're not vegan, you're not losing any flavor, tad bit healthier for you. But both formulas now have 25 milligrams of CBD in them. So make sure you use that promo code DECKHEAD15. That's DECKHEAD15 when you make your order at hempvitacbd.com, and you will save 15%. Speaking of, the fine folks that bring you Hemp Vita also bring you a new line of beauty products called Rain. They focus on skincare topicals. All of their products are plant-based. So they use hemp oil, which is broad spectrum CBD. It's focused on women, but they are coming out with a line of men's products. Now, this slide is outdated. They're not offering the 25% through April anymore, but I believe Jen said if you use Deckhead 2021, you can still save 10% on those orders. So check them out. Go to rainbeauty.com. They've got tons of stuff for you. They got things that'll help treat acne. They've got stuff that'll fight inflammation on your skin, stuff that helps with the signs of aging, increase oxygenation on the skin, all of that and more. Rain Beauty. Some of the things that they talked about is the fact that the product heals and regenerates your skin without clogging your pores. So you don't have to worry about that. They've got all kinds of like vitamin C. They've got the witch hazel in there, which is a natural astringent and toner. Jen's been using it. She says she loves it. You should check it out. Go to rainbeauty.com. That's rainbeauty.com. Use that promo code, save 10%. It's a great Mother's Day gift. Women in your life, whether it's your mom or your wife or whatever, they love these products. You're going to love them too. I can't wait for the men's stuff to come along because it's really going to help me with these black spots, these black circles under my eyes from a lack of sleep. So check them out. Go to rainbeauty.com. That's rainbeauty.com. All right, back to the show. So, what was I going to say here? Let's see. Where'd it go? Oh, so we did the women leaving the body thing. A woman gave birth to a baby on a plane. Cool, right? Like, yeah, shit happens. Sometimes you get on a plane with a baby, or without a baby. Sometimes you get off with a baby, right? The problem is that this lady did not know she was pregnant. That blows my mind. I get it. Everybody has different pregnancies, right? Some people get bigger than others. I'm just amazed. I don't know. I thought I knew science, and I'm really good at science. Like, I know all the science. A lot of science. Ask me a science. We've done Barry on science on this show. Go ahead. Ask me a science question. Chat. Hashtag Barry on science. I'll answer it. I'm that good. I'm that good. What I don't understand is how you can have another human being inside your body and not know that you... Did they charge her for the extra seat? I don't think so. I think under 1 day of age, it's free. How do you have another human being inside you and not know? That is insane to me. Now, I imagine that she was like of a certain age. So like, oh, I don't get my period anymore. Let me read you this one. A woman who didn't know she was pregnant had the surprise of her life. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I will do that. You bet. Damn it. I will do that right now as soon as I'm done with this story. My bad. Thank you for the super chat, Jen. I told you didn't have to do that. Just put it in all caps. You probably did and I missed it. So this lady, Lavinia Monga, was expecting, she didn't know she was expecting as she flew in from Salt Lake City to Honolulu. She said, overwhelmed is the best, in the best way, she tweeted on Saturday after the in-flight delivery that followed. A fellow passenger shared footage of the heartwarming moment. The whole cabin burst into applause. The new mom named her baby Raymond Kimana Wade Kobe Lavaka Monga. Wow. after he was delivered safely aboard the aircraft. The father wrote on Facebook that he was stunned by little Raymond's arrival and described him as a miracle. He thanked people. Some social media users wondered how such a heavily pregnant woman could get clearance to fly. However, the dad told Julia she hadn't known she was pregnant before giving birth. See, that's like, Ray says, nice. That's the, oh, thank you, Alan. I really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. That's very kind of you. How do you not know you're pregnant? That's the crazy thing. Shelby said, my best friend didn't find out until 22 weeks. Yeah, but how do you get all the way to birth? How do you get all the way to birth and not know? That is absolutely insane to me. I don't understand that. That is crazy. Like, I feel like if there was something inside of me, I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like if there was something inside of me that I would know. See, Fidel, how the fuck do you not realize? Ladies, is this possible? Do you think that, do you think you would be able to not know you had a baby inside of you? I feel like you would know. I could be wrong. And I feel like I'm losing my voice too. My apologies. Let's see. See, I can't relate. Everything changes. That's what I'm like. See, thank you. I really thought that you guys were going to be like, Barry, you just think you're such a dumbass. Of course you could have a baby inside of you and all of the fucking things that change about your body when you have a baby inside of you and not know it. How? I don't get it. Michael said, what happened if she gave birth while they were over the ocean? What does she say the baby, where does she say the baby is from? That's a good question. Like, where were you born? Spirit? What? Yeah, I'm a Spirit baby. I was born on Spirit. That's a good point. Maybe she did think it was gas. I'm so bloated. Alan said, how did the father not know? I had morning sickness for both. Really? Now, Katie said, I've heard of women who were very overweight not knowing, but beyond that, I don't know. Really? Well, I mean, she didn't look to be overweight. The kid's going to become a pilot. Was born in Flight 223. Oh my God, that's just crazy talk. That's just some weird shit. Let's be real. That is some absolute weird shit. I don't know. Don't know. All right, I was just checking on one thing. Okay, good deal. All right, real quick, guys, before we get into the last topic of the day that I have for you, I do want to remind you guys about the royalty program. It starts in May, but you can still sign up. So we're already in the midst of the royalty program. If you think you have what it takes to rock the title of the king or queen of the Deckhead Hill, boy, do Jen and I have a way for you to find out. It's very simple. Collect the most points by the deadline. You will be crowned king or queen of the Deckheads. When will it take place? It's very simple. It starts May 1st. It ends May 31st at 11:59 p.m. all time central. No entries will be accepted before or after the times listed. So here's how this works. It's real simple. You spread the love. A lot of you are already doing this. This is a way to make it fun. A lot of the Deckheads are already helping me promote this show. You tweet it out. You put it on Facebook or whatever. I know Alan's really active on Facebook with sharing posts from Barry on Deck. So this is a way to go, you know what? Let's make it fun for you guys to do that anyways. And you can win some shit. That's weird. Why is she on there? So basically, here's how it works. All right. You're going to get point values for the different things that you do. Now, we've updated one thing. If you bring a new viewer to a live show, that's 10 points, not 1 point. So it says 1 point, it's supposed to be 10 points. Other than that, these point values are accurate. You bring a new member to Patreon, you get 50 points. You send us a sales lead for an advertiser, you get 5 points. If they request a packet, that's 10 points. They don't even have to sign up. They don't have to request a packet. You just give us a name, a business name, valid contact name, and or a phone number or email, for example. You're going to get 5 points for that. If they sign up, if they actually buy something, I'll give you a commission, but you don't have to purchase anything and they don't have to purchase anything for you to get the points. All right. So no purchase is required for any of this stuff. The way you sign up is real simple. You can email Jen. That's Jen at whosfancy.com. If you email, why isn't that popping up? Hold on. There it goes. Email Jen at whosfancy.com. She's going to send you the link and the rules and everything else and how to get in there. This is going to be a lot of fun. You're going to win some cool shit, including $100 gift card. Now, this is to Amazon or Visa, your choice. You're going to win a $50 credit for Barry on Deck merchandise. I'm going to make you a special one-of-a-kind Barry on Deck t-shirt. You're also going to get a trophy crowning you the king or queen of the Deckhead Hill. Plus, you're going to get to join me on the show for 5 minutes, or if you can't make it during the day, you can join me for a 10-minute session on the Twitch stream at night when we roast people. Plus, I'm going to give you some social media shout-outs for being the Deckhead King or Queen of the Hill. So that is the royalty program. And that is going on through the entire month of May. But you have to be signed up by the start of the show on Wednesday. So again, if you want to get in on this, if you want to have a chance to win that stuff, make sure that you email Jen. It's real simple. Just send her an email, Jen at whosfancy.com, and just say, hey, I want in on this royalty program. I'm doing all this shit anyways. Might as well get some points for it and have a chance to win some cool stuff. So Jen at whosfancy.com. We'll see you, PK. So super simple to sign up. That's my way of giving back. And yes, selfishly, it's going to help me promote the show and help us grow this damn thing. So everybody wins in that regard. All right. Okay. So that's the royalty program. What does it say? It's going to be May. I don't know what that means. Is Barry's heart a prize? No. No, my heart already belongs to Nora. Sorry, Tony. You don't get my heart. All right, let's talk about this last story that I have. Why men cheat? Because this was on the headlines. I have bad news for Tony. Probably, who else? I feel like Tony, White Magic, probably KD, and Total Dallas. Basically, any man that wears large logos on their shirt are apparently cheaters. And that's just according to this article and this study and this survey. So the University of Michigan published a study on personality and social psychology. Males who own t-shirts with large brand emblems were, quote, rated higher on mating effort, lower on parental investment. They have higher interest in engaging in brief sexual affairs. These men are also less interested in having long-term committed romantic relationships. They're also less attracted to women who want those things. This is all compared to men who own shirts with a smaller logo. No more wearing a Barry on Deck shirt. So apparently, no, I don't think it's like a t-shirt like that or like this. I think what they mean is like, if you have that, like a polo shirt like that, or remember the Tommy Hilfiger and like the polo, the horse on the polo shirts just started getting fucking bigger and bigger. Pretty soon, it was your entire goddamn front was a horse. You might as well just wear a horse costume. So stuff like that. I don't think necessarily what they mean is like, like if you have a Nike swoosh on the pocket of your shirt and it's real small. But if you've got a Nike brand t-shirt and the whole goddamn thing is a swoosh, that's others. Jen said physical or emotional cheating. Jen's about to go through the closet and be like, you got to get rid of all this, fam. Oh, cheating ass. Get rid of all these shirts. Joe Pro said, somebody got paid to study this crap. Listen, Joe Pro, got to spend that money somehow. Got to spend that money somehow. Told Dallas, said, what the? Yeah. As we speak, Total Dallas is throwing out all his Sean John. No, I don't think it's overcompensating, Francisco. It's not saying you wear a large logo because you have a small dick. You wear the large logo because you're a cheater. You're a worthless piece of shit man. I don't know. This is the things that science tells us. So I just wanted to put that out there, guys. If you have shirts with large logos, now would be a good time to get rid of them before she reads that and finds out that you're a cheater. Hey, that's probably true. Large logo, large ego. Hey, thank you for a really fun Monday. What a time. Thanks for hanging out with me. Very much appreciate you guys showing up to this shit every single day. Do like Aaron says. Leave me a like on the video. Even you poopy diaper stupid motherfuckers that showed up trolling. Grow up. Losers. So leave a like. Subscribe to the channel. Hope you had a good time. Thank you all for the super chats. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Don't forget the royalty program. If you have questions, ask me, ask Jen. Get on the Discord and ask questions. Until tomorrow. Don't forget, it's a Two Fancy Dudes Tuesday. Christopher Hart's gonna join me. Until then, be safe. Be kind. And most important, love yourself and love each other. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Daddy's making a YouTube video!